Welcome to the Burnoutsandrotorblades YouTube channel. Let's go do something awesome. Alright, so last time we drove the family burnout wagon, the last video I left off, I had chewed up the push rod tubes. Alright, so I was driving the family burnout wagon down the highway and it started sputtering and running real bad. I came in here and found these are loose. I think all my push rods are rubbing on the push rod guides. So if you look down at all of them, they're all doing it. But we've ordered some new Edelbrock hardened push rod tubes to replace the stock push rod tubes out of the Vortec engine that we have, and we're going to swap those out now, along with a few other things such as the blower that leaks, the thermostat that's in the wrong place, and a whole bunch of other crap that I did wrong when I did it the first time. And in this episode, there's a guest appearance from my dad, who stopped by to offer a little bit of help.
Oh, do you have to put like 47 washers here to shim up the AC compressor?
Nope, just 6.
It's not bent enough that it shouldn't come out of that hole right there. Everything else makes around it.
As you're probably already aware, these push rods should just come out of the engine with little or no effort. However, this push rod, which was one of the cylinders on which the rocker was loose whenever we pulled the valve cover off, gave us a little bit of problems. So here's what happened to these. The roller right here is all chewed up, so I'm going to take this file and try to chew down all that chewed up bits. Generally, right below the thermostat housing is where you put the thermostat. In this particular application, I have an offset adapter that moves the thermostat over from its normal position in the center of the intake manifold off to the side so that it can clear the blower snout. Unfortunately, I thought it would be a good idea to move the thermostat away from the block and up toward the thermostat housing neck is, and didn't realize that it won't get the direct heat of the engine. We need to fix that. Get the blower belt off.
Have you seen Mommy, Daddy?
No, I've seen her before.
No, I'm telling you, have you seen her right now?
No, I haven't seen her right now.
What, did you see her earlier?
Yeah, like hours ago.
Oh my gosh.
This is where the thermostat resides now. We're going to use a little persuasion to get it removed. I just want to see how loose they are before we even take them off. Oh yeah, completely loose. So I cut out all the boring parts of me cleaning this up, and basically we're going to throw it back together. I even put a new sight glass in it because my other one was so disgusting that you couldn't see anything through it. We have new seals for both the front housing and the Supercharger extension housing snout. While I'm in here, I'm going to relocate my thermostat from the top portion of it where it's geographically separated from the engine, causing it to reach 210 degrees every time I start the car before the thermostat opens, to the lower portion, which should put it actually in the block, so it should open up earlier. So we're gonna do all that stuff right now, and then we'll go do some burnouts. Yeah. Alright, first things first, let's put our seal on. Upside down or something. Hey, now the bolt holes line up. Blue Loctite for insurance. before we get too far, I want to add oil to this to make sure that the sump doesn't leak. So we'll take a look and see whenever we can see it in the top of the sight glass. And I'll move it all the way to the top simply because we completely drained and cleaned this thing and there's no oil in it anywhere. After topping off the Supercharger front case with the manufacturer recommended gear oil, I went ahead and completed the install of the thermostat housing and put on the blower belt. I know I promised burnouts, and we'll do burnouts. Problem is, if you notice, this tire is a stock tire and it fits pretty nicely, but back here where there's been some body modification, it doesn't fit quite so well. I have other things in mind and they won't fit. So I'm going to use this and do it the wrong way and try to roll my fender off my tire. Thank you. That was probably useless. Body modifier. And after a little bit of massage work, we've got a good, I don't know, half-inch gap all the way around with the tire pretty much up to bump stop. If it goes much higher than that, it's gonna scrub, but there's nothing I can do about it at this point, short of, you know, like actual body work, but it's not this guy. Immediately after installing the slicks, I took it down the road to test them out. There was a loud clunk at the back of the car and it plowed hard to the right. When you're installing your rear end, this is why I advocate putting the bolts in as well as running a weld. I just ripped the weld off right here, so I'm cleaning it up and I'm about to re-weld it just now, but that bolt is the only thing that kept the rear end from flopping around. So if you're gonna put in your trick chassis kit for a Fox body rear end like I have here, go ahead and put the bolt in as well as weld it. So the last problem we're probably gonna work on before we go to the track, because it is Vegas and it is ridiculously hot out, is the AC leak. You guys know how strongly I feel about AC problems and how you need this whenever this is your daily ride in Las Vegas. Two things. One, I got this hose right here it's touching the belt on occasion. But that's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is this right here. This line came loose and I heard it hissing one day whenever I walked away from the car, and we can't have that. So here's one of the mounting solutions I came up with. I just took a big flat fender washer, shove it up here, nice little bin to clearance, drop that in here. The next thing is I put this little rib nut in here so that we can take this clamp and drop it into this hole. Now that the clamp's secure, tighten down that bolt, and now this guy is going nowhere. That thing was super loose, no wonder it was leaking. Now we only get one chance at this, really, because if I booger this up, I have to have this, or I buy a new one of these elbows. So on that. So we're going to drill in straight at first, and then we'll slowly arc the drill up so you get that angle that we want. The goal is so that it goes through without touching the threads, and if you look at it from this angle right here, you'll be able to see that my line is outboard of the thread line. The trick here is that we want to go tightening. We want this thing to pull tightening. So whenever I tighten it with the wrench, we spun that way. So we're going to want this to pull down, and then we can come around here and we can anchor it off of this one. So go here. Cut it about a ½ inch, and so that I don't stab myself, we'll bend a little pigtail over. And now this has little or no possibility of ever moving again without consent. Next step is to duplicate this over here. So the goal here is just to keep this hose off of this one. It's already been touching a little bit, but I added a couple little bends to this guy. It's no Project Binky, but it's a bracket. Well, that's the right angle. We can throw a rib nut right there, put a hose clamp. Ooh. And I may have just stripped the threads out of that one. Let's try that again. Alright. There's that. And that's 100% the wrong size. But will it keep it off of there? And the answer is maybe. I'll run to the store and get another one, but for right now, it'll be good enough. So I'm just going to bend this section over so it doesn't interfere. I'll rotate. And that's a lot more clearance than we had before. So I put my gauges on here, and yep, the AC is empty, so it bled out there completely. So I'm going to go ahead and service the AC, and the next place you'll see me is at the drag strip. I want to throw these slicks on over there, and we'll be down at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. If you'd like to see a video of me doing the AC and explaining how to do it, the link is right there, and we'll see you at the drag strip. Alright, so here it is. This is my first go at Las Vegas Motor Speedway with the drag slicks. It is crazy hot out right now. Hopefully I don't break anything, so first pass, we'll see what happens. Let's see if I can even do a burnout. That'll be the big one. Okay, so I did a burnout. Felt like a really good pass. And I just skunked a 370Z.
Here you go.
Thank you. What? Thank you. Another 14.7. 14.7, so that's a 1.9 60 foot. That's pretty good from all the YouTube videos I've watched. The 5.8 330, I have no idea. 660 is at 923 and a 71 mile an hour pass. On the fourth pass, there should have been some indicators to me that things weren't going right. Like immediately whenever I did the burnout, the car stepped out to the left and caused me to have to steer it for the first time ever since I've ever owned the car. The second thing was, as soon as I started to foot brake, it rolled right through the foot brake, as you can see right here. It never stopped. the brake pedal got real soft and I let out. Hey guys, we had fun tonight at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway at the Midnight Mayhem. The car performed pretty well right up to the point where it blew a brake line out. That's what put us away for the night. But as you can see, the fun's still going on, so we're going to walk around and check it out. But that's it for this video, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you like the content and want to see more like it. And as always, thanks for watching.